See what I mean? See what I mean? See what I mean? Every other day. Don't worry about it. What up, guys? I'm back with another banger. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for all the support that I've been getting. Don't stop, because every time somebody reaches out, somebody messages me or DMs me or, you know, drops a like or comments or shares, that's all positive to me. Today's video is going to be about 5 things that I like about my 2013 Nissan Maxima. So let's get into it. Now, my dog Kenny was telling me I need to stop coming through here and come see him. And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna always support my boy and all of that, but you know, that trip out there kind of far. So if I got one that's close, you know, that's my guy right here though. One time my car died and I was trying to pry it open, and you'll see it in a minute, but I actually broke the sealant in my window.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
So you'll see a lot of water coming here in a minute, and actually it's already starting to drip. So let me go ahead and slide on over. But I gotta fix it. I keep telling myself I'm gonna fix it. See how the water's already seeping through? There it goes. Every time. Every single time. Yo. Bruh. Okay. So before I get this list started, I just want y'all to know, for those who don't follow me and those who don't personally know, that this isn't my first Nissan Maxima. This is actually my 1, 2, 3, 4th Maxima? Yes. So my first thing that I love about this model Nissan Maxima, this 2013 Nissan Maxima, because the other two I had were, I had two 2004s and I had a 2007. So this would probably be the newest generation that I bought. I don't know what it is about this car, but this was always my favorite model. Well, actually the 2014, but anything from 09 to 14, they're pretty much all the same thing. First thing that I love about this car in particular have to be all the body lines. For this to be a family sedan, this has to be one of the most aggressive, for this year and this generation, this had to be one of the most aggressive cars out in the market. Except your GTRs and your Nismos and your 350 and your Z models or whatever, but Maxima for a long time has held its weight and has been a trademark for a very long time. Like, you can just see all the body lines in it, and that's one of the most beautiful things that I love about it. The overall ergonomics of the car, just the shape of it, Like I said, the body lines, like if you can see right here, she got like some little, she got hips on her, as you can tell right here. Yeah, she kind of wide in the hips.
Boy, if you don't...
She wide in the front. So like the overall shape of the car would go like, so it comes out and then it dips back in and then it goes back out, as you can see. So I got the spoiler, I got the sunroof. Now, even if you don't have the SV package like myself or the sports package, the car by itself alone has always been an aggressive looking car. Every generation just seem to top each other every single time, and they just continue to do better even up till now. I'm not a big fan of the bigger body Maximas that they have out now, because it seems like every year they get bigger and bigger. But shout out to all my Maxima owners out there for sure. Another thing I like too would be the rims. I always thought these were one of the dopest design rims that they came with. These are 19-inch rims, and that's standard on the Maxima. The second thing that I would have to say that's my favorite thing about the Nissan Maxima in general is how it holds its value. How it holds its value. This car has been out for a very long time, and I think one of the first models started in like the 90s. I could be wrong, but they definitely hold their value, is all I can say. For sure. It's not like your typical Altima, Versa, Sentra. You know, it's the Maxima, it's the big dog, you know. You still got your Z models. You still got your GTR models, your Rogue, and so forth, your Pathfinders. But the Maxima has always been the trademark and has always, to me, held its value when it came to the Nissan line. My third thing that I love about this Nissan Maxima and my previous Nissan Maximas, just like every other Nissan, they're good on gas, great on gas. I think I'm averaging like 18 miles to the gallon. Only modifications that I've done so far to the car would be the exhaust modifications, deleting this. Like I said, it's very, very sporty. I still get great gas mileage. I don't drive like the typical person. And even though still, I would think that, you know, driving faster or doing this, doing that, like it's a 3.6 V6, but at the same time, it still holds its value. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get the gas mileage or four cylinders get, but you know, that has to be my third thing, is definitely the gas mileage. The fourth thing that I love about this car, the reliability. That kind of ties into the gas mileage. That kind of ties in to it being a Nissan. But Nissan's always had a good name for himself. And I'm not saying that just to be biased because I've owned 3 other Nissan Maximas. But the fact that you can go to any of your typical parts stores, O'Reilly, Advance Auto, AutoZone, and pick up parts that you need for your car. Now, I've had other cars where I had to order parts for, or I had to specifically take it to the car dealership to get it worked on, because you can't just go in a dealership. I mean, you can't just go into a parts store and pick up your typical part for those type of cars. But in Nissan Maxima, you will always find those parts that you need, the air filters. It's just dope that I can go into a typical store down the street somewhere and knowing I can go get the part that I need, and I don't have to wait 3-4 weeks for a back order. Or as far as the reliability, I've had 0 issues with this car so far. I've had no problems so far. The only problem that I did have when I did buy the car was the battery kept dying, and that could have been how I had my LEDs set up. But also, when I changed that up, I was still having battery issues, so obviously the battery was old. So I did get the battery swapped out, and I haven't had an issue since. But also I did wire my LEDs up differently so my lights are only on when the car is on. Like, I used to like to sit in the parking lot when I'm at the skating ring, or if I go to Walmart at night or something, and leave my lights on.
Stop it. Get some help.
But then overnight when I go home, my battery's dead in the morning because the way the whole system's set up. But definitely those would be the only problem that I ever had with this car and with my other Nissan Maximas. My first Nissan Maxima was an 04, and the problem that I had with that one was the catalytic converter was clogged. I got that unclogged, and that was like the only issue. Yeah, I always hear about the timing chain being the issue on the 07 models. I was about to run into that issue with that car, but I ended up getting a really good deal at a dealership, so I ended up trading that car in also. So as far as my experiences with Nissan Maximas, I've never had issues because One of them I didn't have that long, and then another one I traded in for my bike, and then my first one I traded in for my car. So I would definitely have to say reliability. My fifth and final thing I love about this model in particular, Nissan Maxima, would be the sport mode. Now, I've had other Nissan Maximas, and none of them were as fast as this one. I already got my mid deleted, and I already got my rears deleted, so you can definitely hear it now. Sport mode would definitely have to be my fourth thing that I love about this car. Yes, this car comes with the CVT transmission, and for those who don't know what that is, it's just basically a constant variant transmission. I believe that's what it stands for. So basically what that is like, it's just instead of you feeling your gears when you're really getting into it, it's like really smooth. So like, that's why I said before, this car is a great commute car. But as soon as you put it in sport mode, she's a whole nother monster. She is quick. Yes, she's only a V6 3.6, but at the same time, she really gets down when she wants to. A lot of people sleep on this car, but this car is pretty quick for what it is. It's not a V8. It's not my V8 that I want yet, but it's definitely something that I can live with, something that I've always had respect for, because the Nissan Maxima has always held its own against the other competition in its model, in its years, in its generation, against its class, period. And that's something I've always respected about the Nissan Maxima, is how, you know, how fast it is, how quick it is, how sporty it looks, you know, the body lines. And yeah, so those are just 5 things that I wanted to give you guys that I love about the Nissan Maxima in particular. There's so much more that I love about this car. I've always wanted this model. Like I said, I've been through 4 models already, and this one would have to be, and has always been, my favorite model, just because the body lines, how sporty it looks. Now, I will give you guys a bonus. Okay. It would have to be the interior. Like I said before, this is a 2013. I feel like Nissan in the Maxima model was really ahead of the game at its time when it came to innovation and when it came to adding all the bells and whistles. Like I said, I have the sports package with the premium tech package and all of that.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Let me show you guys what I mean when I say the interior. So of course you got the memory seats, and then you got the automatic windows. You got traction control, you can turn that on, which is something I think that only really like sports model cars have. You have automatic mirrors, heated steering wheel, trunk button, that's typical. I can charge my key right here if my key ever wants to decide to go dim. You guys can't, it's these big old paddle shifters right here. You got all your infotainment system buttons right here. You can't, like, everything is right here at your hand, and I feel like that's really dope when it came to like the sport model. A lot of the Nissans have it, but I'm just saying in particular, in my experience, in my cars, like all my Nissans always had buttons on the steering wheel. I've never bought a Nissan that didn't have like all the bells and whistles that came with. All my Nissans had sunroofs, all my Nissans had screens in them, have maps, and you can Bluetooth. This did come standard with Bluetooth, so I didn't have to plug in nothing. It does come with auxiliary cord and a video jack, so I can get movies and watch videos and stuff in here. Satellite radio. Like I said, I got the whole shebang. And then also, all my seats are bucket, you know what I'm saying? So, and that was another dope feature that I love. I do have heated and cooling seats on the driver's seat. Unfortunately, the passenger only has heated seats.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But like I said, it's just a really dope car for what it is. You get a lot for the bang, you know what I'm saying? So that would have to be, if I could give you guys one more thing, that would definitely have to be that. It's not a lot of space in the back seats. You gotta excuse all my stuff, this is all my work stuff. But it's not a lot of back space, especially with me, because I drive with my seat damn near all the way back. Seats are powered, you know what I'm saying? You got power seats. Like I said, this year, then you got the telescopic steering wheel that goes up and down, and it goes in and it goes out and things like that, and keyless entry. And like I said, you really get a lot for this car. I mean, everybody knows the Dodge Charger is definitely my go-to, and that's definitely my dream car. Before I knew about the Charger, the Nissan Maxima was my favorite car, and it's a car I've always wanted to have.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
because it's sporty, it's quick, it's reasonably affordable, and it's just a really dope car overall.